Okay, I can already hear you down below in the comments. Yes, I know, I am late to the Invincible party, but can you blame me? It's hard to pick up shows. I was 2 seasons behind and stopped watching all the way back in season 1, so it took me over a week to actually finish season 2 and 3. However, that doesn't matter. What matters is that I am here now. I have finished the show, aside from episode 8, and we are overall completely back. And I have an absolute metric ton of things to talk about, starting with this little guy. This guy right here, name's Oliver. This absolute juggernaut of a boy is my favorite character within the show. Everyone talking about the Mark glow up in season 3, man, please. Oliver has had this man beat ever since he showed up and developed powers. He is quite literally everything I was hoping Mark would be, just overall better in almost every conceivable way. Now, I'm going to be mainly focusing on season 3, episode 3, but do be aware that there will be spoilers for basically all of season 3 as well as a little bit of season 2. So for those of you who do not know, Oliver is basically Omni-Man's other son who he had when he decided for some reason, which I cannot exactly pinpoint, have sex with a grasshopper. I don't really see the appeal, but by all means, I mean, hey, I won't exactly shame him, but either way, the result is our big purple mascot over here. But first thing that I immediately have to talk about is the fact that this man, due to his unique biology, has complete memory of everything from birth to present day. And some of you may be thinking, oh, well, that's a lovely thing. It means that he can keep all those memories, all the good memories with his family, like his dad and mom, who he can't see anymore, right? Wrong. Well, granted, he does still remember those things, but need I remind you that one of the biggest memories he most likely has is the fact that his people were absolutely slaughtered by viltrumites, and he saw his own dad basically impale another? After cutting his stomach open, mind you, and we know he at the very least saw a good portion of the dead bodies when they were rebuilding. No wonder this kid is already so messed up. He's already seen genocide before his very eyes before he's even a year old, as well as the knowledge that the fact is his people, aside from him, die within the span of just a year. But here's the thing, I'm not here to just talk about baby him all day. No. I am here to talk about when he finally became a bit of a superhero later down the line, and my God, I love him. Now, let me go ahead and set up the picture here. This man has basically received next to no training in terms of his powers, barely knows how to fly, and has basically only been a superhero for about a week. He ends up fighting against the Mauler twins, the guys who beat up on Invincible basically every other month. Literally just a few episodes ago, they were actually beating on him so badly he was about to die. Now, let's look how Oliver showed up to the party. Look at him. Look at this boy. This guy just comes out of nowhere and just destroys the communications hub as well as their weapons without so much as a flinch or a word. And then he gives them like the scariest look I have ever seen from any hero in this show. Mark wishes he had this level of intimidation. And then like they're not taking him seriously at first, and then he just goes in and starts boxing with them. And as per usual, Mark is over there being like, go away, I have this, acting like he literally didn't get shot and then beat to all hell 5 seconds into the fight. And then he ends up distracting Oliver, which results in him getting absolutely manhandled by the Mauler twins for a split second. But then after a moment, they're like, okay, we're getting our ass beat. We need to go ahead and launch the damn missile. And then Mark is still trying to play it cool. He's just like, all right, I got this. You go home. You're not even supposed to be here. And he leaves to go handle the missile. And then they're trying to say, all right, yeah, you heard him. Go ahead and leave. And then he just looks back at them being like, I am so gonna kick your ass. And they're just like, oh yeah, whatever. He's just a kid. And almost immediately, single-handedly, mind you, he just starts wrecking him. He just immediately breaks one of the Mauler twins' jaws, and look at his face! He is enjoying this! This man is having fun! Look at him! I don't think there is a single thing more intimidating than a guy who actively is having fun as he beats your ass. CJ, if you ever watch any of my videos, specifically this one, I'm gonna have to ask you to put this man on trial when he's a little bit older. Please, pretty please, thank you. Now headed back to the actual fight, this guy ends up getting a little bit too cocky, he ends up getting his butt handed to him by one of the Mauler twins for a split second because he wasn't paying attention. But the moment that twin looked away, the moment that man looked away, no quips, no jokes, no one-liners. He just immediately went in to kill him. And you see his brother being like, guy, he's up. And he's pointing at him in the background, just hoping to God he gets the message. But by the time he figured it out, it was way too late. He was already dead and all of his guts were already on the floor. And look at his face again, man. He doesn't care. That is actually one of the coldest looks we have ever gotten from a quote-unquote hero within this entire show. Look at his face. He's just covered in blood and he is dead serious. And you have the other Mauler twin who's just being like, no, I give up, please, I give up. And meanwhile, he's just walking towards him, stepping over his brother's remains while saying, no, it's too late for that now. This was premeditated. And meanwhile, look how he's looking right now. He's just walking close to him, and the moment he gets close, he destroys his head with a single punch. The guy is acting like Saitama, full-on one-punch man, or rather in this case, one-punch boy. Omniman once said, I can always start again, make another kid. Well, he did. I'm not gonna lie. By viltrumite standards, this guy, Oliver, is just an absolute beast. But what makes this even more fun for me is the scene between him and Mark when he ends up confronting Oliver about this entire thing. Because by all intents and purposes, he was 100% justified in how he handled the Mauler twins. And the thing is, Mark and Debbie just can't accept that. Because they're saying life is precious and they shouldn't be able to just take it all willy-nilly, which, here's the thing, Debbie utilizes herself as an example, wondering if he would be sad if she died. However, this is very flawed logic because here's the difference between Debbie and the average supervillain within the Invincible universe. They kill people for no reason! The Mauler twins literally killed numerous guardsmen on their way into the center and fried the central nervous systems of everyone else. Oliver has the right idea where at a certain point, you gotta just say, screw it, it's time to kill these guys. Debbie and Mark are absolutely wrong and I would 100% stand by my purple boy. With all that being said, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Thanks so much to my patrons. There will be more Invincible episodes coming soon, as well as more Oliver content. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.